Okay.
Dana Greer, Bio 2113, Video Essay Question, Chapter 11. The first question is, explain the difference between an EPSP and an IPSP. An EPSP is excitatory postsynaptic potential. It makes a neurotransmitter more positive. An IPSP is inhibitory postsynaptic potential. It makes a neurotransmitter less positive. The difference between an EPSP and an IPSP is that the EPSP facilitates the firing of an action potential on the postsynaptic membrane, whereas the IPSP lowers the firing of the action potential. Question number 2. What specifically determines whether an EPSP or IPSP will be generated at the postsynaptic membrane? It depends on the type of channel that is coupled with the receptor and on the concentration of the permeant ions inside and outside the cell. Third question. Since at any moment a neuron is likely to have thousands of neurons releasing neurotransmitter at its surface, how is neuronal activity to fire or not to fire determined? It determines the frequency of the signals that arrive from the peripheral nervous system as opposed to determining by the strength of the signal. The action potential that travels along the neurons is always the same strength, but the stimulus is strong, it will fire at the action potential more frequently. Each neuron has an action hillock, which is a specialized part of the cell body of a neuron that connects to the axon. It keeps a running count of all the signals it receives. When a stimulus reaches a certain threshold, the neuron will fire. If the input it receives is too weak to reach the threshold, it will not fire. The strongest stimuli to the neuron will always reach its threshold and fire. This completes my questions.